Next up to tackle was the missing lid under the machine here, and the chassis itself has suffered some deformation, and the like ridge up here that supports the lid has been mangled, as you can see. So, and I did see my dad this winter have a branch sticking out of this hole, dragging it around, and it's not that much that could be damaged unless it goes far up. It's a couple of hydraulic hoses and the drive shaft and the gearbox that's close, but something longer that gets impaled here might start pulling on some wiring or something else, causing issues. Looked first at just the big breaker bar and like forcing things closer down, but that didn't really work. We ended up compounding the force with a big long wooden board, and things started moving a little. The lips sticking out here that had some leverage to move. Here you can see the kind of leverage applied, but we mainly started bending the breaker bar. Things moved a little bit, but not easily enough. I had actually made a cover for this. Yeah, and a quick update on the harvester. I pulled the gas accumulator for the crane, and that was pretty much close to 0 in pressure, so it's filled up by now, and I'm not sure if it's really leaking. It's probably leaking a little, but we'll see how it reacts when started next time and the crane is lifted with some pressure on there. Back to the forwarder, that's the main issue. I've also purchased some new hoses because I'm gonna replace a few that seems to be leaking a little bit from the press fittings, and some just look really worn, so it's a like measurement preventive maintenance. Also received a seal for the small excavator. Some more cleaning up, and some luggage wrap to hold up the hydraulic hose here that sits down near the lid here. Yeah, cleaning up to reduce the risk of having things catch on fire, because it was some oil in there. My dad came up with an ingenious solution. First we tried drilling out the threads in these holes, because they will not be used anymore, and had some threaded rods and an I-beam, and started pulling the lips down, but it didn't really help like pulling the sides of this inner piece down. So we tried going in with a breaker bar and compounding forces, but here you get so little leverage on what needs to be bent down. So my dad came up with a solution to like open up a slot in a thick piece of metal here and adding a chain block to pull things down, and that worked really well, a lot better than I ever could have thought it would. So we stuffed some fire protective rag. It's actually made to put out fire, just putting it over a fire to kind of suffocate it. But we pulled things down, heated things, and my dad started welding, and hopefully it will be strong enough. A little bit of fire here. I was up top as a fire guard if anything happened. We had extinguishers and brought out some jugs of water and were prepared. We have to move his puller around a little to pull things further down and get a snug fit. It will still be a little bit of trouble because the chassis itself is kind of mangled in a little here. But more welding, moving it to the other side, more pulling, More heating to get rid of any oil residue there, to not disrupt the welding. More welding. At the end we ended up going back with the first solution of pulling things together to get the two lips on each side to be leveled. They will be welded together and the holes welded shut. Yeah, the welding could be seen through the fire blanket from up top, but nothing caught on fire, so everything went well. And here's the solution for mounting the new cap that will go over this hole. And no, it didn't go this easy to thread the plate, because the rectangular or the plate I'm working on here will go inside the chassis, and then the cover will be bolted to that. It took quite a lot of effort to make M12 threads. I broke the tool from the cheapo kit I have, so I might need to look at buying a new one, but with an adjustable wrench it was possible. The seal I had tried making that did not fit very well at all, because it had a lip and was made to kind of sit outside of the chassis. This one will be countersunk into the chassis now. But it was a good place to start, but required quite a lot of grinding, and we tried fitting it in there, but with the weld taking some place and making a beveled edge, it took a few tries to get it to sit there, well, good enough at least. But and it's still not good enough. I would probably do some finishing touches when it's time to actually bolt this in place, but we're gonna replace some hoses that will require this access before this machine is ready, so but getting close to. Well, that's all for now.